You'll notice that there's no place in this room where a teacher is stagnantly sitting. The reason is because I want to be able to move and engage students. I have things in here like my friendly can't miss glitter red pencil box, but I'll travel to the students. I can move with them. In addition, it's nice because for students who like to have that podium with their notes when they're presenting to the classes too, they get the option to use the podium, and they think that's really cool too.
The teacher moves around a lot more, and like every day there's like a different, like the tables are different and stuff like that, and it's, I don't know, it's easier to learn too.
And the students can take these boards, they're removable, and then the great thing about it is you can come right up here and you can then pop them in and you can show and have like your own presentation, a visual tool, if you will, to the other group. Then when you're finished with them here, and you don't want to walk all the way back there, they have a nice little attachment here. So the students can then work around it.
They will look up and go, what? It's time to go. It's time to go home already? And you're like, yeah, you can't stay here.
That's so awesome.
But that's so cool when they do that. Like,
Yeah, that's sweet.
what? We gotta clean up? No, Miss Nor. Like, gotta go.
So when I talk about the chairs and the tables, I say this is a gift. We don't know when that gift's going to occur again, so treat it with kindness and treat it as your own. It's a challenge because they can move and they do like to slide and they do like to roll. I tell them, I'm not going to make it an issue until you make it an issue. And that way they now have ownership. And when they have ownership, they have the responsibility, but with that, they also are accountable. In 3 terms now, I've only had to do that once.
Like in my other classrooms, like I get kind of antsy, but like in this thing, like I get to roll around, like not very much, but like just kind of play with it a little bit, and it kind of stimulates me. It helps me focus better.
What do you do when you have a student that turns? And I said, well, it's a lot nicer to hear this noise than it is to hear, a metal chair scraping across the floor. If you have to redirect a student, it's nice and easy, to say, why don't you just roll on over there and switch places, that kind of thing. And again, it's not about shaming the child, it's not about embarrassing the child, it's about doing what's best for them, and this furniture allows that to happen. I like to call my think tank because we're all kind of sitting around and it's very up close, personal, but yet you have your space, it's comfortable. The neat thing about this too is if I'm writing my idea and I want to demonstrate it to somebody else, it comes on a nice little swivel there, so that's nice.
I said Mr. Barrientos' room, where we're reading and things, I'll use the couch there because it's a lot more comfortable than the reading and sitting in the seat. I hope in the near future then other classes can have this kind of seating.